And from the creative minds behind Neighbors and Crazy Rich Asians comes a new comedy called Joyride, which follows four Asian American friends bonding and discovering the truth of what it means to know and love who you are as they travel through Asia in search of one of their birth mothers. Take a look.
To never come to China.
People are always thinking that I have this perfect life.
I don't belong anywhere.
If you do not know where you come from, how do you know who you are?
Eva Pilgrim sat down with the cast to discuss their on-screen adventure, as well as the film's Asian American representation.
Guess who's going back to the motherland?
It's a big deal, going to your birth country.
We used to talk about it all the time when we were little, remember? Grand adventure to find your birth mother.
So proud of you.
White people.
Have you been surprised at the reception so far?
I think everyone walking out of the theater is pleasantly surprised, you know, like the jaws on the floor, you know, how much heart, humor is on the screen, because you can't put us in a box.
I think I've been so like pleasantly surprised too, especially you know when I first walked in here and you said that a lot of people are walking away having expected to laugh, maybe not as hard as they did, but and then also the fact that there's heart in the movie as well.
I should never come to China.
People are always thinking that I have this perfect life.
I don't belong anywhere.
If you do not know where you come from, how do you know who you are?
Why did you make the movie?
Well, they let us.
Yeah, we are very lucky that we were chosen, you know, rounds and rounds of auditions and chemistry reads and whatnot.
What you see genuinely between the four of us two on this screen, that spirit is where the seed was created from, with those three just like talking, swapping stories, saying, oh my gosh, this happened to me too, and this happened to me. Why don't we see the faces of our friends and our own stories up there?
As Sherry coined, this is the first of its kind,
and even though it is the first of its kind, we are funny first and Asian second.
Yes.
You say funny first and Asian second. A lot of people are going to look at the movie and they're not going to be able to help but notice it's a Asian cast, like almost completely Asian cast. Did that weigh on you at all as you were?
That liberated us. I think that made it feel so fun. I think it made us also feel really safe to be absolutely unhinged and chaotic, because we knew that we were never going to be the butt of a joke in a way that would hurt us. It was actually for our benefit and for our joy and for our own liberation.
I'm just a garbage American who only speaks English.
And a little Gollum.
My precious little filthy orbitses.
Do you guys have that here?
Yeah, we have. It's all over the world.
Of course, when I read the script and I saw how funny it was and how much it centered Asian people, I was like, this is huge. Like, this is really, really special.
You don't get a lot of opportunities, if any, to not be the token or the only of any sort of minority, or, you know, for us being Asian. And so, like, really not having the pressure of being able to be messy and flawed characters and chaotic and really explore all these, like, different chasms of ourselves, and we don't have the pressure of being the only one.
Yeah, it's just groundbreaking, because the four of us could not be more different, on screen and off screen.
You can feel that.
Yeah, and we're proving that we're not a monolith, you know, and this film at the end of the day is about friendship, you know, discovering who you are and chosen family. That could not be more universal. You know, we just happen to be Asian.
Have your families seen it?
Yeah. All of ours have. We actually had a boomer screening the other night, and we were getting audience reactions, and I think we were expecting that a lot of people of older generations would come out being like, you disgrace us, or like, oh, that was unhinged. But in fact, everyone had so much fun, and I thought my mom would be like, you know, go to your room. But she loved it, and I think that there was something that really touched a lot of their experiences as well. We'll probably have to all do a therapy session with them later, just to be like, how is it to watch, like, not only your kids' faces, but just they never thought that would happen.
Yeah, and I think that's really important what you just said, because we're unpacking these conversations in real time. You know, we think about the lack of representation that we had. Imagine how little they had, you know? So I actually was excited for older generations and immigrant parents to watch it.
Like all the, you know, hard work and the stuff that they've done in like the generations before us, and getting to see that they get to see like a result of all the you know, stuff they've been through.
And the trailblazers within the industry, of course, Michelle Yeoh, Lucy Liu, Sandra Oh, Daniel Day Kim, like Min-Na Wen, etc. Like we had such few representation, but when we saw it, we held on so tight, you know? And like it was the work that they did, the more problematic things they went through in Hollywood, so that we could just be sitting here, the four of us, preaching.
Had any of you starred in another movie as a lead with another Asian cast member that was like a lead as well?
Yeah, so many.
Yeah, I guess Beef in some way.
Right,
you know.
Beef.
But it's still, this is all, Everything Everywhere All at Once just won Oscar this year, you know? Beef just came out 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a year, honestly. Like,
But-
I really hope there's a ripple effect.
I feel like there was, I mean, with Everything Everywhere, that was the first time I was ever asked to be a part of a family in a story, that I could play a daughter, you know? Because usually the families that are centered are not that family.
Don't make me fight you. I am really good.
I don't believe you.
We're in the middle of a writer's strike. How important were the writers in this movie?
It's just a really interesting time in the industry right now. There is this writer's strike, and this is the kind of movie that is it's really hard right now to sell an original screenplay that doesn't, isn't a part of a franchise or an IP and is told from people of color.
And along with our main writers, we also had a tent of punch-up writers who were there with us on set. And while we were doing takes, they would write more jokes, and we would just keep doing new takes with new lines. And I feel like that is also such a testament to up-and-coming writers who are, right there with us and learning on the job and have the opportunity to learn on the job and bring so much abundance to our projects.
And the only way that we can improv and really build these characters is because they're so vividly fleshed out by writers first, and then we can say, oh, my character would do this just because I have such a good blueprint of it.
A lot of the magic we found was the trickles after the beautiful base, the foundation that the writers created for us.
What are you hoping that people take away when they watch this movie?
I hope people have so much fun. Just truly have a summer, good time, hang out with your friends.
This film is for everyone. Yes, we are all Asian here, but everyone's gonna, feel seen and heard through Joyride, and I just hope they get inspired to go tell their own story.
I hope that every single person who watches ours feels that way too, and somewhere in the back of their head and heart, they're also like, if I meet an Asian person, there's a lot more going on than I might have assumed before.
Yeah, and I would hope on the industry side people take away, you should take risks on things that you haven't seen before, or faces that feel unfamiliar, characters or stories, that don't necessarily, that you can't plug into an algorithm and guess if it's gonna sell. Art is so awesome when it comes from a new and specific place.
Our thanks to Eva Pilgrim for that. Joyride, by the way, opens in theaters nationwide tomorrow.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.